Okay, so this is, let me restart that. Tried to film this like at least 4 times, at least once a week, but just been busy with life things and like sewing as well. There's probably some clips before this of me working in the studio, but this is now, I'm on my 5th week. This is by Thursday it'll be my 5th week on my ruptured Achilles. Unfortunately ruptured it during soccer in like the most anticlimactic way. Like most ruptured Achilles, I'm sure you've probably maybe seen some other ones on YouTube. It's non-contact, just kind of happens out of nowhere, and boom, your Achilles snaps. This is like probably something extremely unlikely for something to happen to, like for this to happen to a fashion designer, but I was under a lot of general stress and then rediscovered soccer again. I used to play a bunch in college and then kind of went overboard and started playing 4 games a week in addition to like working out during the week and biking as well. I'm a pretty like active person, so if I'm not like in the studio sewing, creating anything, I'll be outside probably just running around doing something, like just to get my blood pumping and everything. So soccer, I started doing that again. Prior I was doing running, but it's a bit more monotonous and not as like, competitive. Did like a half marathon, but started doing soccer, played 4 times a week, played Friday, 7v7 game. I would play on Saturday, another 7v7 game, but it was not as intermediate. It was like intermediate beginner. And then on Saturday, I then ended up picking up a game before the game that I actually signed up to play, in which it was 11v11 full field, Parade Grounds, Brooklyn. And then I would also play right after that my other game, which was in an armory, about like a 10-15 minute bike ride away. So I would finish the game, bike ride, and then go play that. So I was kind of like killing my body and not really listening to myself. My like Achilles was feeling sore at the time too, and I'm not at the age in which I should be having a ruptured Achilles. Usually this happens to people that are like between the ages of 30 and like 55-ish, and that's like after like rediscovery of like sports and like quick movements, like your body's not accustomed to it, and then boom, snap. And like even like prior to my injury, like I had so many like signs to like relax and I didn't listen to them. So for anyone that may be watching this and is taking sports a little too seriously, listen to your body. Even if it like seems really minor, just like give yourself like at least like a week and a half, and just like literally a week and a half, not just a week. First week, it was extremely rough to move around in. Like you just kind of feel like your foot feels like a water balloon. And if you don't lift up your foot, it kind of just, all the blood, it just rushes down to your foot and just swells up like insane. And it just hurts, like it's like very painful. Like the first night I tried to just sleep it off, and I was just like, I'll just go to the hospital tomorrow morning. But the pain was like so unbearable that I woke up and then I asked my girlfriend to help me take me to the hospital, and luckily we're like down the street from the hospital. Unfortunately, I didn't know at the time it's like one of the worst hospitals like in the area, but went to the hospital, x-ray, whole 9 yards, and then I had to from there then go get an MRI, which is not easy to get anymore in New York. I don't know if it's different everywhere else, but in New York, I guess because people were abusing getting MRIs, that now you have to get authorized from your insurance to like get the MRI and everything like that. Luckily, again, because of my parents' insurance, and he has really good insurance, my father, I was able to expedite the whole process and get surgery basically within the week of me getting injured. I was injured on the 16th, and then I got surgery on the 22nd of August. So after getting the surgery, we then I just had to like, I was just pretty much just been in this like annoying cast for like 4 weeks. The first week after surgery was excruciatingly painful. I made the mistake of, well, my doctor recommended me, and he also like was an extremely good doctor. He showed me pictures of like the surgeries that he has done before. He says that he's done like a college basketball player's like Achilles like literally the week before I met him, and was showing me images of how he's gonna like mend it and everything, and like answering all the questions. He was extremely helpful. And but just to fast forward, like the first week after surgery, I was prescribed to take very heavy pain medication, and I'm nervous. I don't really like taking medication because I know a lot of those medications, sometimes you could get addictive on it. I don't have an addictive personality, but I didn't want to even give myself the opportunity to. So I did take it the first night, and then the second night I felt fine. Obviously it was because of the drugs that I was on, but I didn't process that correctly. So then I switched to a extremely light dosage, and it was the biggest mistake ever because I just couldn't move because the pain was so like excruciatingly painful. I had to wait also a full 24 hours because I couldn't mix the stronger drug that I'm supposed to take every 6 hours with the one that I'm supposed to only take once every 24 hours. So then I had to wait, and then as soon as the 24 hours was up, I went back on the stronger one, and then I was pretty good for like the next like 4 or 5 days. There was some constipation as well because of the drugs. But I started to wean off of it pretty quickly, like on day 4 or 5. And then instead of taking every 6 hours, I would kind of wait a little bit until 9 or 10 hours. And then I would maybe just take one right before I go to bed. And then by day 6 or 7, I want to say 6, I kind of just didn't have to take any more pain medication. I will say, like, so far process-wise, as far as other Achilles ruptures that I've seen online and on YouTube, hence the reason why I'm even making this video, plus to give a perspective of someone that's not really like a sports athlete or really involved in sports to that degree. I'm just a regular fashion designer.
Wait, let's make
blow out the candles, y'all.
Let's make a wish.
Okay, make a wish.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I'm thinking mad hard on that wish.
Okay, blow it out on 3.
Life looking rough.
1, 2, 3. Now kiss.
This is just strawberry, this is fruit, like crepe cake, and this is banana cream pie.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Always taking shit.
Why?
It's the same brand that I got you for your birthday last year.
Oh, cool.
And carbs.
Carbs?
Carbs.
Oh.
I feel like this we should just dig in.
Birthday people have to eat first. I'll take the smallest slice because
Are we just gonna dig in?
y'all know me, can't
We
be
need
fat.
something to cut this one though.
Nico!
Jokes.
I'm serious.
Jokes.
Bestie.
Thank you.
Did I cry?
No, I don't think
You didn't cry.
I didn't cry.
It was low light. That's why. That honesty.
But then I became, now chocolate chip cookies are my thing. Yeah.
Start selling them.
You're like my Asian tiger mom.
Yeah. That's why I like his input. Start selling them like Harvey.
Yes, Jai, I'm on Harvey's dick.
Who's so bad?
Who's dick? Harvey's?
This is Jai at Thanksgiving.
Who's Harvey dead?
Who's Harvey dead? Who's Harvey dead?
Yeah. So gross.
Oh my god.
People and like a lot of people, white people live.
Yeah.
But because that place, I guess, is getting filled out, it's the gentrification is getting further.
It's pushing.
It's pushing out.
Williamsburg to Manhattan. It's being put like the city is basically pushing to Brooklyn.
Dude, I saw a vending machine in Silver Spring that sold pizzas. I was like, what the fuck is this? Have you seen
Maryland's
that?
very weird. It's such a weird area.
Yeah.
Because Virginia is weird because you have Northern Virginia, which is like it's kind of a nicer area, like depending on where you are and stuff. But Southern Virginia is like the beginning of like that's where people created moonshine. People it's boondocking. Like it's very very southern.
Yeah.
And it's almost as southern as you can get.
But this is like a tri-state, so we think of it as the DMV the same way it's like Baltimore, the same way it's like Queens, Brooklyn, and
Exactly.
So like I don't even really think of like Virginia as a completely different thing.
But it is.
But it is.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
This grouping where it's like DC, Maryland, Virginia, the DMV area. Right. So it's very odd. It's very odd.
the heel all the way in the back here.
Okay.
You heard that, Nico?
Yeah.
Don't walk without it.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna come and inspect that sock that it
Put
gets
your back a
in.
little bit more.
Do you need more padding? Padding in the front?
No, just push that leg fin down, let him come down, and it's much easier. Nico, just push your heel towards the back of the boot.
I need a bigger. Is it all the way in the back?
Yeah.
I need a bigger size.
All the way up. That's why I don't like this particular design. It is the best with that. You have to be mindful to just keep your foot flat. It's gonna roll forward. So it has a rocker bottom. That's what that's referred to. So it's gonna roll forward for you. Keep it flat. The boot goes together. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You're welcome. Take care. Good luck. All right. I'll see you in 2 weeks. We just saw it yesterday.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
One of you does the trick today. I won't be here tomorrow, but that's today.
I don't know why they told me that. I'm sorry. Because we don't treat Wednesday. She has to go to work on Wednesday. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to follow. Yes, ma'am. That's why I changed it yesterday. I came with one of the doctors. We did it yesterday. So that's both of them has to go together. Short stride. Bad leg, good leg. Bad leg, good leg. Bad leg, good leg. So you're not, your good leg is not walking through it. It's just catching up.
So bad leg and crutch. Yeah.
So also, you're leaning so much on your crutch, you need to put weight on this. The crutch is just a support.
This is now week, I want to say 10 for my rupture. So last week, I got my visit on Friday. I got put into a walking boot now, which is pretty great. I'm not sure if it's going to focus. I'm using a different camera. But yeah, it was like really difficult the first time around. I was like kind of hopping because my body wasn't used to picking up my feet for the motion of walking, but now I can walk a little bit. I still have like one crutch on me at all times just to help with that. In theory, I'm supposed to be by my last visit on November 1st, which I think that would be my 11th week. So maybe this is actually week 9 or 10. Doesn't matter. But once I do that visit on November 1st, I'll be supposed to be going back into sneakers. So then I'll actually be able to like walk fully. I'm also hoping the following week to be able to go back to work again, just because I found out, I guess, through experience that I don't really prefer remote work, although it would be helpful for my other, ventures outside of work. It's not easy for me to like focus and be as attentive as I would like to be if I was in the office. So a hybrid schedule, which I normally would have if I was walking, is better suited for me. Also, thankfully, finished all of my garments. Japan has their stuff right now. And New York stuff I just shipped out last week, I think, or a few days ago actually. So now I'm like in the midst of cleaning the studio. You'll probably maybe see clips of me cleaning the studio. I don't know if I'm going to include that or not. But getting ready to start doing chapter 5 stuff again. I already had some mock-ups that I've been doing for some new garments, as well as also some old stuff that I need to tweak. Also hoping to reintroduce my e-commerce line in a more effective way that makes more sense. We're hopefully going to be launching some sunglasses next year. Not 100% sure because the design is a bit intricate and we're getting them made in Italy in silver and in black. The craftsmen are really good. They're really attentive to the details, so it'll be really high quality product that I'm hoping to deliver next year, because that's probably when the first proto will be made available. And then aside from that, I'm also trying to establish a core line that's consistently available on the website that kind of defines the aesthetic of the brand moving forward, instead of just launching full-on collections after the next. Collections will no longer be available on e-commerce website, only the core stuff will be available. Core stuff will be filtered into the collections moving forward, just to show how they intertwine with the brand still and serve as more of a basic for the overall vision of the brand. And also I want to create a bit more, I guess separating the demand for the brand and having one portion be specifically for the mainline stuff, which would be in the collection format, and then I would also have stuff that's geared towards the core format, which would be pretty much available at all times, and just filtering in a few fabrics that I identify as like core to the brand that makes sense for the identity of everything else moving forward. Still playing along those lines of an artisanal garment and a technical garment into a uniform per se for like the core moving forward. But aside from that, glad to be on a walking boot now, making progress every day. Like before I was only able to meet up to my left foot, and now I can actually kind of get a good walk going on. I can maybe even walk just for like a short period of time. I could like walk freehand without the crutch. I'm trying not to push it too much, but also trying to practice as much as possible, because from what I've heard from other people as well as my doctor, like try to walk as much as possible, because it'll make it much easier when I have to have this boot off, and everything is kind of like going to be a learning experience from here forward, like with the crutch, without the crutch, and then putting all pressure on it, which I am putting pressure on my foot fully, but it's different without the boot. I could just tell from like feeling it. I'm trying to like also stretch my Achilles as much as I can. The feeling sensation of like stretching your Achilles after the rupture is similar to, I guess, like a grocery store rubber band that would be on vegetables, how tight it is, and like trying to stretch it out to its full potential is kind of like how it feels on my Achilles. Like I could tell that like I'm hitting like a point in which it's like too much, and then I have to like come back on it. But yeah, every day I'm trying my best to like keep it as much as I can, like hold it and like rest and then hold and rest without doing too much. I haven't looked up any exercises just because I didn't want to get carried away, and plus my doctor didn't say like do this, so then I'm not doing that, because the worst thing that could happen is re-rupturing my Achilles through some dumb practices I find on YouTube and then having to restart this whole process again. So trying to stay as careful as possible. But yeah, that's everything. Hoping this isn't turning to like a huge yap session and things are being filtered in here and there, but we'll see once I edit the whole thing.